Hello everyone, welcome to Literature with Rachana. Today we will do Unit 7 of Class 7, Night Witches, which is written by Megan Garber. She was a staff writer at Atlantic, that was an American magazine company, where she covers culture. So let me start reading chapter. It was the spring of 1943, at the height of World War II, when World War II was on its peak. In 1943, the story is written at that time. Two pilots, members of the Soviet Air Force, were flying their planes. What was their plane's name? Policar PO-2. Okay, and those planes were built mainly of plywood and canvas. So, over a Soviet railway junction, they were flying their planes. Their passage was on its way to being a routine patrol. Patrolling means an act of going around an area to see that is there any trouble, is there any problem. So, like police are going for patrolling, so they were also on a routine patrol until they see themselves face to face with a collection of German bombers. And how many they were? They were 42. So let me go for paragraph number 2. The pilots did what anyone piloting a plane made of plywood would do when faced with enemy aircraft and enemy fire. They ducked. So this line means that any other pilot would be there, they would be doing the same what they had done. What they did, they ducked their plane, they downed their plane, and they sent their planes into dives, shooting back directly into the center of the German group. So they were started fighting against those bombers. The tiny plane's flimsiness was in some way an advantage. Why? How it was advantage? Their maximum speed was lower than the stall speed of the Nazi. The front, those who were the bombers were Nazis. Okay, Nazis means they were belonging to the Nazi party, which came to power in Germany in 1933 under the leadership of Adolf Hitler. So their planes were stall speed. Stall speed means the slowest speed in which an aircraft can maintain steady flight. So they were having very stall speed, and that's why they were having good advantage. Who were having? Soviet pilots. They were having good advantages. How? Meaning that the pilots could maneuver their aircraft much more quickly and easily than their attackers. Maneuver means move or turn in a skillful and controlled manner. So they were having this advantage. The out-bomber Soviet downed two Nazi planes before. Okay, they destroyed two Nazi planes before one of their own lost its wing to enemy fire. After destroying two Nazi planes, their own plane also destroyed. How? Because one of its wing got burst in fire. The pilots escaped, landing finally in a field. And then the pilots escaped, landing finally in a field. They landed. When they landed in a field, people, those who were on the ground, they had witnessed the short fight. So they rushed over to help the pilot. They offered alcohol, but the officer refused. As the pilot, actually everyone was not able to understand why the brave lad who had taken on a Nazi squadron wouldn't drink vodka. Okay, squadron means a team of aircraft and the man who fly them. Okay, they have destroyed Nazi's plane, but the officer is not accepting the alcohol. So they all were not able to understand it. And then in paragraph number 4, the brave lad, it turned out. It came in light that the brave lad was not actually the man. It was Tamara Pamiatnik. It was a lady, one of members of the 588th Night Bomber Regiment of the Soviet Air Force. Okay, she was a lady called Tamara, who was the member of one of the Soviet Air Force regiment. In the 588th, this regiment, actually all the females were the most highly awarded, and those who have finished around 30,000 missions over the course of 4 years, and also dropping in total 23,000 tons of bombs on invading German armies. So such a difficult task they have done in the 4 years course. Now they are talking about the what actually the 588th Ninth Bomber Regiment. They are giving the detail of it. The member of this regiment was from 17 to 26 age, and they were given a duty to fly these planes during the night time. Actually, these planes were made by plywood and canvas, and generally they were kept for training and crop dusting. Crop dusting means spraying powder chemicals on crops from air to kill insects or help crops grow better. So generally these planes were for that purpose, but they were using it for other duties also. They often operated in quite secrecy. Okay, they were operating the planes in quite secrecy, running their engine very slow as they neared their targets, and then gliding their way to their bomb release points. Okay, very slowly they were going, quietly they were going, and then releasing their bombs to the exact point. As a result, their planes made little more than soft whooshing noise as they flew by. And when they were flying the planes, like in this motion, the planes were creating a soft whooshing noise at that time. And because of this sound, the Germans started calling the Soviet pilots Nachthexen. That means night witches. They were hated and they were feared also with these pilots. That's why they have given them the name night witches. Any German pilot who downed a witch means who win over a pilot, Soviet pilot, was automatically awarded as Iron Cross. Iron Cross is the medal given by the Germans government. Next paragraph is, they are mentioning that although there were many female fighters who fly even for World War II, but the night witches were largely unique among all. US and many other countries allowed women to fly, but the women were just as in support and transport roles. The Soviet Union was the first nation which allowed women to fly combat mission, which allow to fire and also to drop bombs. In the beginning of the story, we have studied about the great pilot Tamara Pametnik. Now we will study in paragraph number 7 about one of the most famous of the night witches, and that is Nadezhda Popova. She was a commander of the squad who flew in total 852 of its mission, and she was passed away in 2013 when she was 91 years old. The obituaries newspaper that resulted, actually they have given a good information regarding the life she has done, the achievements she has made, and the goals she has accomplished in her life. Things made even more remarkable considering the limited technology that was available to the women at that time. They were having very less technology and they were given the task as it was given to men army members. Let's study about the witches. They took the name given by the Germans as a badge of honor. They were proud telling themselves witches. Why? Because the reason behind it was very great. The Germans were afraid of these pilots, and that's why they were given the name witches to those pilots. and that's why they felt proud whenever they were called as witches. Few only in the dark. They were allowed to fly only in the dark because of the weight of the bombs they carried and the low altitude at which they flew. They carried no parachutes. Because of their low height, they were not having any parachute to be with them. They had no radar to navigate their paths through the night skies. During the night, we need radar which tells us the direction about or the object when some objects come towards us or having in the same path. The radar help us to navigate, but they were not having these kind of technologies with them. Only they were having was maps and compasses. And also, if hit by bullets, their craft could burst into flames like the paper planes they resembled. Their craft looked like paper planes, which was not a small concern. They were taking risk whenever they were flying planes during midnight, night time. And that's why Papawa once recalled, we had to sail through a wall of enemy fire. Often she used to speak like that. So this was your page number 1 and 2 explanation. Hope you understood it.